Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Mr. Dylan is here today. Mr. Dylan is going to fix some welds on my rickety old trailer. This is the same trailer I got from the scrapyard years ago. And then they thought it ended up being a stolen unit since it was scrapped, and I had to go through Spartanburg County and a bunch of papers and forms and stuff to claim ownership of it. It was a whole freaking ordeal. So I've had this trailer for quite a few years now since then, and we have used the snot out of it. I've worn the deck out twice on it. It's just plywood again, and it's rotted again. But the other day, when trying to unload my mower at the farm, this metal grate caught the bottom of the deck and just folded this whole thing back and made it just went ahead and popped the other welds. So I conned Mr. Dylan into grinding all this down, and he's gonna put the lightning rod on it and Zeus it all back together for me and make it sturdy again. And then we're gonna put a new deck on. Well, I'm gonna paint it after he does his zippity zappities. We're gonna put a coat of black on it, and then I'm gonna put a new deck on. I'm gonna use decking boards this time instead of plywood, see if them last a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna get rid of these ugly looking Oldsmobile style wheels. And believe it or not, I think the pattern is still Ford Ranger. So I'm gonna try to put some Ford Ranger Danger wheels on it. I've got some aluminum ones that are 14s. I'm gonna put some trailer, like some 6-plies on it, because I haul some stuff that's a little bit too heavy for it sometimes. And then once that's done, I'm gonna take and run a new light kit on it, because I keep knocking these little rinky-dink things off, because I'm bad about pulling the pins and then just letting this thing fall, because it's really heavy. And I want to get one of those easy lift. What do they call the gorilla lift things?
Yeah, it's got like shocks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a strut for like a trunk.
Yeah. And it's got the cord that hooks. You just bolt the cord to it, and the thing mounts right here, and then it closes easy, and it makes it really, really light to lift up. So I want to do that. But one thing at a time. I'd probably have to get Mr. Dylan to weld me a plate or something right here to mount that thing on, because that little thin angle I don't think would hold it very well. He's shaking his head like, no senor, it will not. No hold.
Get about 2, maybe 3 good slams out of it, and
yeah, about so. I've bent it in 2 or 3 places, and then I've broke my hooks that are made down here to hold straps, and then I bent this the other day. I'm afraid to bend it back, so I'm afraid it'll break, so it still works. It's just a little bit bent. He's gonna Zeus all this back together, and then we'll paint it, and I'm gonna put a deck on it and swap the wheels and put lights on it. And I wanna put another trailer jack on it, because that one's just about, it's bent, because I'd leave my 0 turns on here and then crank that jack up to get it off the truck, and it would just start laying down more and more and more. Now, it hasn't broke the welds completely. It's still hanging on, but it's probably not got many more lifts left in it. He's shaking his head again like, nope. So that's that. And I will let him get to Zeusing on it. And there is wire mesh underneath there, but it's bowed down and bent out in a lot of places. But you see, I've got these steel plates right there. There's 2 of them, and they run the length of the trailer all the way down, right about where those bars are there, all the way up. So that's like where the weight of the mowers or the little tractor or the golf cart or the side-by-side or the four-wheeler, you can see them right here. So most of the weight actually sits on those 2 plates, because that's about where the wheel path is. And so the plywood's not actually having to hold it up, it's just more or less a floor covering. So we will let Mr. Dylan get to welding, and we're gonna go up here and do something else while he does some zippity zappities on it, and then we'll check on it again. Alright, good morning, boys and girls of the internet. We're in the big red Ram this morning. We have the small trailer in tow, and I've got the GT3000 with me. I've also got a bed full of trash, because it is Saturday. Saturday's a trash day, and my passenger door is not closed. Not all the way anyway. I can hear all the wind into the whooshing. The whooshing. Whooshing. Is that a word? Whooshing? Whoosh. I know whoosh is a word. I think maybe whooshing? I don't know. Whooshes? Would it be whooshes? Or would you just say, I hear all the whoosh? It'd be whooshing, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so we're in the big red Ram. I'm going by the trash dump this morning first, and I've mentioned before, I don't like doing it with a trailer, but I got a trailer. So I'm just gonna have to be that guy. I'm running out of time, I overslept. So we're just gonna take it with us. So we're gonna go from the trash dump to Tim, and we're gonna pick up Tim's Sears Suburban. It's like a Super 12 or something like that. I can't remember, or Custom 12. It's the bigger one than my red and white one. Mine's a Custom 6, and he's got a Super 12 or something, or Super 12, something like that. And we're gonna pick it up. Hopefully I've got enough room on the trailer to squeeze it on there with the plow and the discs. And then we're going to go plow up the garden. And while he plows the garden, I'm gonna mow the grass. So, the first trash dump. Got the trash dropped off. And that's right, there's the raindrops on the windshield. So, rain was supposed to hold out till after lunch. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Now we're on a race for the clock. We can, oh, come on, Dodge, pick a gear. We can do the plowing and stuff in the rain, but I won't be able to get anything mowed really if it gets too wet. But if it just keeps like this, I can still get everything done today. We'll see. Boop. And we're loaded. We done plowed it all. Tim's just going back through it with the rake. It helps pull some of the grass out, and then it breaks down the big chunks into smaller pieces that you can manage. We decided to leave the plow on the front, have some extra weight. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going back to the Dodge up, and I'm actually gonna rake all this stuff up into piles. And I'm gonna take all that dirt with me because we're gonna move some more dirt in here, some better topsoil dirt, and blend it in with this. But I'm gonna take all of this with me and put it out in my yard. This is still some good dirt. They've gardened with it 3 years now, so we're gonna mix some fresh stuff in, and I'm gonna take all this leftover stuff back home with me. That plow works good. That plow works good. Just pushed it right across the top layer of grass. So there's even some St. Augustine growing in this yard. All right, let me get my truck back down here and we'll load this up. All right, so I was able to take some dirt with me from this endeavor, and I got some back there in the camper top too. Turn that one sideways, push that up. I got my chain with a D-ring in there bolted together to hold me closed. That's the best I could do it. I only have to go a couple miles. That should be plenty to hold it on there. Don't tell the DOT. But all right, so that's it. Let's go get us all unloaded. Job well done.